This is home. What's this? A pathway. I'd like to find out where it goes. I haven't got an idea. Bruce is stumped.
Oh, yo, 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 yo,
It's pretty thick in here.
yo.
Oh, Bruce, I see you're finally taking me up on my invitation to take a dip in the pool. It's too bad it's not a better day than it is today, but water temperature feels good. So, you saw before, that was home. Scene of some of my glory days in Little League. In fact, the only home run I ever hit came on that field right there. My father was in the stands in his full dress navy blues, and when I came across home plate, a little tear trickled out of his eye. But as I said, that was home, and this too is home. Lock that door with the key of imagination. Beyond it lies another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. We're moving into the land of both shadow and substance, of both things and ideas. We've just crossed over into the Magnuson land. He's kind of self-conscious.
I learned this lighting system from Russ Meyer.
Oh yeah, Super Vixens, beyond the valley of the Super Vixens. As you can see, I cleaned the place up before we came over to do this.
What we see, he sees. This is your brain. It's your brain on JP Patches.
Dictionary, very good dictionary, was given to me, Random House Dictionary of the English Language, as a wedding present to my second wife and I from a good friend, Mike Bauer. Very useful. Any words you'd like me to look up, Bruce?
No.
Well, how about, since you don't have any, how about, well, Steatopigia, for example. Let's see. Yeah, well, I'm pretty familiar with this dictionary, as you can see. Steatopigia. Oh, yeah. Extreme accumulation of fat on and about the buttocks, especially of women, as among the Hottentots, Bushmen, and certain other South African peoples. See how handy that is? Oh, see his face? Some success playing softball. This is a MVP award. That was when we were champs in 1989, 88. That's 1990. Beautiful picture of Mount Rainier given to me by my grandmother. Notice the frame, very nice. We'll get back to that. Up here, of course, well, not to mention your aerobies, including the orbiter, we've got the Koeffel and Esser gigantic slide rule, which is very similar, in fact, identical to this one. Midsummer in Dalarna. My parents came from there. My certificate from Institute of Chemical Education at University of Cal Berkeley, kind of an interesting postcard thermometer, and there, of course, to prove to you that I was a degreed student. Clip. Age 50. So when you going to start? Let me. Grandmother's chair, souvenir from my father's trip to Austria. Ah, and an interesting curiosity here: the bonsai moose of Japan. You know where those small trees come from? Very rare. Some pictures by Anders Zorn, Dalarna's premier painter. He lived in a very cold climate, very similar to some of these kind of cabins. Now, oh, hey, there's isn't that Neil Armstrong? Wait a minute, let's see. Neil, is that you? Oh, I don't know.
Sunspots.
Ostrich egg, very rare also.
Look at it. Is that a Hottentot?
Oh, it could be indigenous to South Africa. Ethanol alcohol. Got to be careful of that stuff. Oh yeah, you didn't know I was a marathoner, did you? I never was. I stole that. This is, of course, This, incidentally, curiously enough, is the same as this. Yes, you see? This is just a hybrid orbo version of it. I think that's ethylene, pardon me. Oh, don't forget your Darky toothpaste, man. Don't show this to any of your neighbors.
Don't forget your Darky toothpaste. It's so good for your teeth.
Is that Satchmo? Yes. Okay, lots of corny stuff in here. We can move right along. That little guy falling over is a nice. Am I ready or what? Oh, very interesting. I captured these out in the yard. I don't know if you can see that. They were kind of moving, so they're a little blurry. But there they are. That's Shell, Sonia, Katerina, and Jan. And their miniature dwarf horses. Very interesting. Well, this is the bathroom. You can see very functional. You'll notice the sun racer up there. It's designed to hide the peeling paint, which I never did anything in the whole 4 years I lived here.
Is there a story here?
That was it.
I think so.
Went all the way across Australia at an average speed of 42.6 miles an hour. That's pretty damn good.
You know, I love the design. It looks so much, I guess, to the novice, like a ping pong paddle.
Testimony to anger here. You'll notice that thing is sawed into 13 pieces by hand after a losing ping pong match. I was a little upset, needless to say.
Now,
Well, this is my bedroom. This is where I sleep. Hang my
this
clothes.
is looking more and more like a Russ Meyer movie.
Yeah. I got some great photos in here. I can show. Well, I moved them anyway. My dresser, of course. As you can see, once again, I cleaned up. Closet, plenty of closet space. Except you got to watch out for sharks. It's been a problem in this apartment. The window, because that's really neat. That's a nice morning thing. That's what you see in the morning when you wake up. Isn't it beautiful? Kind of reminiscent of a Jackson Pollock. View from the inside of the cabin in Mora, Dalarna, Sweden, where my father was born. And I think that's a visage of my grandfather out there. I didn't mean visage, but you know, image. The only piece of artwork in the last 20 years, I don't know what you want to call it, but I'll tell you the interesting thing is there's a park just like this up on First Hill. Well, there you go. Well, this concept from a National Geographic cover of Sir Isaac Newton. Sorry guys. Bruce Lee, my good buddy, captured this, and some people think that that's a pretty good image of representation of sort of who I am.
Or of a visage.
Yeah, right. And there's the prism, kind of dirty right now. We cleaned it up before we took that shot. A good buddy, an anatomical friend, Borax is what I call him. You met Ajax before. This was the best purchase I ever made with my rope money. That's reimbursement for out-of-pocket expenses. Schools let you have it. And right behind me, of course, is the fireplace where lots of activity happened in the wintertime. Photo of my father. Hey, he's in his dress blue, the same uniform he was wearing when you saw me hit the home run. I didn't. And then this is a little soul ore from Sweden, a clock from Sweden. This beautiful painting, print, Maxfield Parrish, got from my grandmother. Again, notice the frame very similar to the one we saw over there. Little trinkets from Sweden. There's the happy couple, mom and dad. Some Swedish matches, and you'll see the similarity of the Swedish flag to those Swedish matches. I must admit, quite frankly, I didn't really prepare very many, well, what do you want to call it, gourmet meals. Some nice prints from Lummi Island, the old beach store here, where we spend some time. It's closed now, but I love Lummi Island. Very functional place. Neat shot of lightning in Seattle. And Bruce caught 2 whales right by a car here in this one shot. I don't know, one whale, another whale. Of course, Calvin and Hobbes, let's not forget his place in my life. And the pool, the 211, boy, that's the old pool 11. Bruce and I used to spend some time there. And here's somebody's pen and pencil, or excuse me, what do you call that? Pointillist representation of the old 211. Great place. Oh, here's the remains of one of the dinner party remains.
Can't you clean this place up, Don? We are taking a film here.
I told you I didn't clean it up. $750, of course. Parked right out front. The other door, the entry to my house, big windows here, goes down the stairway and then right down into my place. That's $20.50 here in the background.
Sounds like any other street to me.
Streeted, well, forget it.